The other article I saw that I thought was really interesting was again Leroy talking to I believe his name is Morgan Park from PC Gamer, and he was talking about the game going free to play, and he basically said that he would love to see the game go free to play, and he thinks that most of the dev team would love to see the game go free to play, but there's a lot of things that they need to. But the game's not ready to go free to play. Basically, there's a lot of things that would need fixed and changed in order to make it free to play. And he specifically mentioned smurfing as a huge issue and concern of why the game isn't free to play right now.
Yeah, that's we've had these discussions before, and there are. I mean, broadly, I'm in favour of this idea of going free to play. But if I remember rightly, a lot of the arguments put against it were number one, cheating. Smurfing and cheating, having multiple accounts where there's no disincentive to do that. And also, there needs to be some sort of reward for the loyal supporters who perhaps have bought multiple copies of the game over the years, which I think could be done with some exclusive type skins or an elite skins or multiple elite skins. It's like, hey, no one can get this if they haven't already paid for the game. This is just for you guys, the OG guys that have been with us from the start. But broadly speaking, for the future of the game, it could be massive.
Just get like a legacy icon next to your name, on the scoreboard, right? Like
that would be wicked as well.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just a little, rub on the shoulder, saying, you know what, thanks for being some of the first. Even if you're a year 4 player, right, that started in year 4, you still made a massive impact on the game. I'm 50-50 with free to play, so I'm fully in favor on it, but there's a lot of little caveats, right? Skins and microtransactions need to make enough money that it would not be a loss in any way to make it free to play. Because there's no way that development gets cheaper with next gen coming in, all of that stuff, all the core changes that are coming, like all that quality of life shit that we're hoping to see, that costs something. So there needs to be enough microtransactions or skins and battle passes, whatever, in there. And I feel like that's that one thing that even if it goes free to play, people are going to be a little bit upset about that. And also, I mean, League of Legends, Dota, CS are all free to play, right? Apex, free to play.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
They all do pretty damn well. PUBG is free to play as well, I think. Now, I'm not sure. It's just kind of the standard, and you hit a market that you otherwise wouldn't hit. You're going to see completely different player numbers. Mm-hmm. And it's not because all the cheaters are coming in the second it turns free to play. That doesn't change that much. It might add a few more, but you get like entire parts of countries will have access to the game now, where spending the amount of money that it costs now maybe isn't as viable, right? Like League pretty much did what it did because it started free to play, and it cost nothing to test. So if we can just keep 1 in 100 of the people that try it out extra on free to play, well, that's a massive increase in the community, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, cheating is the scary thing. I just don't think that people that are truly dedicated to being assholes and cheat, or scared away by, I don't know, what does Siege even cost now?
I don't know, because I own 4 or 5 copies of the game for recording. I think
you can get it for like $5.
I want to say $8. $8.
Yeah, okay. So $8 if you're doing everything completely by the rules, and you're outstanding good citizen, not messing around with cheaper ways to get it. But people that cheat are going to do that. So they're going to get, cheaper accounts. I'm sure 2-factor has a massive impact on that, because stolen accounts must have dropped. It must have gotten harder to get those super cheap stolen accounts that they've otherwise been getting, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy how cheap it is, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is it?
Here's I'll say it for £9.
Yeah. There are, every time that you mention free to play, there are a loud group of people who will step up and raise concerns, and they're 100% legitimate concerns. I don't mean to discount them at all, but the fact of the matter is, there are other games that are free to play that have made it work. There are other games that are free to play that have figured out how to deal with Smurfs, how to deal with hacking, how to deal with all the problems that are associated with free to play games. Okay. I think that the unique set of circumstances that Rainbow Six Siege has is, number one, that there's a large group of people who purchased the game before it was free to play, and then it wasn't free to play from the beginning. CS:GO would be a decent model to look at as far as how to traverse those waters, because that was a game that was, you had to pay for a long period of time and then eventually went free to play. And then the other thing that I would say is that if you look at free to play games, probably the only one that has as much of a following on console as Siege does is Apex Legends. And again, you would probably
Fortnite.
What's that?
Fortnite.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fortnite and Apex would probably be
what game?
Yeah, Fortnite is dead to me. Fortnite doesn't even exist. If it's not a first-person shooter, I don't care. No, but yeah, I mean, there. I guess my point is that there are people who have done this before and made it work, and I would like to see it eventually go that way personally.
One of the other things that I thought's ironic hit on as well, I don't know if it was intentional, but with regards to the monetizations, in a way, I might be quite disappointed if the monetization changed from how it is right now to something more predatory. So I haven't played Apex Legends since probably following the first sort of 4 months after release, but I don't like the way that game. I didn't like the monetization in that game particularly. Now, I accepted it was a free game and it was a really enjoyable game, but I just remember, like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but there was something that came out every season and you had a one-in shot of getting this thing and you had to spend a small fortune to guarantee that you get it every season. And that's the sort of thing that I don't want to see sort of seep into Siege, because yes, there's lots of ways that they monetize the game right now, but I don't think any of them are predatory. Like, even the way they do the seasonal alpha packs, you're not having to unlock 200 to get that skin that you want. I guess you're gonna get do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want it to go down that way where they get the money.
Yeah.
Even if it is only cosmetics.
Imagine alpha packs could be bought with real money, but the game went free to play. For me, I think I'm like a decent adult when it comes to that stuff, but I would spend way more money, way more, and I would hate it because I keep buying alpha packs, right? And sure, my own argument against people that dislike battle passes and all that still stands. Just don't buy it, right? But I like the monetization that we have in Siege right now.
Yeah,
there is almost nothing to complain about. We get most stuff. Well, actually, we get all play content for free.
All the maps.
Right? Yeah. All maps, all operators, all of that, all changes, updates, all of that is free. And then we can buy extra stuff to make the experience a little quicker, or to skip certain parts, or to get more skins. I would be extremely sad if that ever changed.
I agree.
So that's the one thing that's a detraction that people will have. They'll say, like, that's a concern if this went free to play, that you'd then have to deal with that. And I must say that's is a concern for me. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, isn't there, like, at some point, don't you have to say, okay, so there's a chance that your character might not wear the same pair of shoes as your friends? Are you able to accept that? If it's
limited to cosmetics.
Yes.
Yes. You could go way more aggressive if it's free.
You're right. I'm not even going to go down that road because I agree with you. But I just think that I'm just way lenient on how people sell cosmetic items in a game. If they're stat altering, that's when the whole game changes. But if it's only a cosmetic item, it's like, guys, it's just a cosmetic item. You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal?
I look at it that way with take Glacier. So people are going to be really mad now. I don't care that you can't get Glacier. That's for the people that were there when it was available. That was why it was a limited time thing. If you start giving it out now, then there was no point in us getting it back then.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole point. We have Black Eyes in Alpha Packs, which is that little unicorn horn or chicken tooth you can hunt, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's just goddamn skins. You can only wear one at a time anyway on each gun, right? It's not like we have some sort of thing where it'll show out your top 10 skins every time you shoot, and it just blinks through them so you can show off. But what if let's say operators all of a sudden, for everyone that didn't buy the game, everyone that got the free to play one, were locked for a month?
What if you got an alpha pack which had 20% extra stopping power?
Oh,
Oh no! Don't even
Stop
go
it.
down that road.
Stop it.
I quit COD for a reason.
Let me. Okay. I don't think that's realistic. What you mentioned, Alex. I think it would be more realistic to go this way. If you got the game free to play, you would not be able to unlock the operators with renown. I think that's the direction that they would be much more likely to go, which would not be cool in my opinion. Because I think at the end of the day, the thing that Rainbow Six Siege can still say is that everything in this game, other than a few elites and cosmetic items, can be unlocked just by playing the game. And I think that's important.
It would have been fine if buying all the operators would amount to the base price of the game at that time, right? Like then it would make sense. So if you could buy every single operator for £9, then okay, because then look at it like a free sample that you can actually make into your full version. But let's be fair. If we go down to how many operators do we have now?
52. 54 counting Orcs and Yana.
Okay, so 54 operators. The amount of time it'll take you to earn those, even if you start with 10 on each side, the amount of time it'll take you to earn those through renown. If we then start saying that maybe renown is less as well on a free to play and stuff like that, I'm only a fan of free to play if it doesn't in any way impact the actual experience of playing the game.
We've already crossed that bridge with the starter game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was really cheap, but then made it a massive grind to unlock anything. And everyone everywhere recommended to their friends, never ever get that, even if it is half the price.
How many people?
So we
At
can't.
least the first one got cancelled.
Yeah.
So
the first pack.
It could just be free to play, right? You get the base operators, but you can upgrade for £15-20 or dollars, and you get all of the DLC. You know, that seems to me reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard nut
it is
to figure out.
It is. And at the end of the day, if you have a PC that's capable of running Siege, you probably have $8 to spend on the game right now. Probably. But I know.
Yeah, most likely.
But that might not be true for a lot of console owners out there, but it is what it is.